not to tell a couple of stories. And had he broken that promise, I'd have shared a few more stories about him that you don't know. So anyway, Lynn, thank you. Very kind remarks. First, I'd like to congratulate the other honorees tonight, Mason, Farm Bureau, and Mr. Dove. I truly didn't believe that I deserved this honor, but reading about their backgrounds and so forth, they're very deserving, so I'm thrilled to be sharing this evening with them tonight. I'd also like to thank Dean Mangum for this honor and the faculty and the staff of the college. When I got his email several months ago, I was stunned. I was out in Seattle working on the drug, and it was quite a surprise to get that email that morning. Most importantly, I want to thank God for the many blessings I've had on my life and the enormity of those blessings. His grace is beyond my ability to understand as far as the life I've gotten to live, and for that I'm extremely thankful. I also want to thank my wife, Karen. She shares my passion for improving public health, and as the executive director of the Metropolitan Drug Coalition, she knows what it means to try to advance public health while battling the market forces of enormous companies fostering addictive drugs and other harmful products. And that's a passion we share. About 2 years ago, I nicknamed Karen the Mayor because she's on TV more than the city and county mayor combined. And everybody knows about it, so I become Karen's husband. And the great thing is, though, she doesn't do it for recognition. She does it to educate the public about the enormous problems we face. I also want to thank my daughter, Kristen, for being here tonight, and I wish my son, Ryan, could be here, but he's working and unable to make this evening's event, but I want to thank them for all their love and support over the many years. Also, I've got to thank my parents. Both are deceased, James Pershing and Lola Easter Pershing. The sacrifices they made to put their 4 sons through the University of Tennessee is why I'm so passionate about this university. I know what it can do for a family for multiple generations, and we're a witness to that. My oldest brother, Jim, he's a graduate of UT College of Pharmacy. He's here tonight. He's my longest-standing hero. He paved the way for this first generation of graduates, and we followed in his footsteps, and he was fearless, and that made it much easier for the rest of us, his 3 younger brothers. My older brother, Dr. Steve Pershing, who graduated of UT College of Medicine, is who I shared a great passion with for building fast cars. Fortunately, we outgrew that stage, at least for a while, and that's probably why I'm here tonight, not dead. And then a special brother who's also a graduate of the UT education program, a long-standing teacher at Alcoa High School who overcame 2 major brain surgeries in his senior year at college to go on and teach at Alcoa High School, despite facing multiple medical issues that made daily life an enormous challenge. 2 times winning Educator of the Year. I would espouse he's the most remarkable of all of us. I also want to acknowledge my partners. That's who has made this so much possible, and the progress we have made and the impact we have had. And starting with Mr. Marty Brown, who's here tonight, he's the president of PYA, and he'll take it to heights that I could not even imagine. I've already seen the impact of his leadership, and I know the promise that holds. I also want to acknowledge Barry Silver, our COO and CFO, who's been by our side all these many years, and I can't imagine life without Barry by our sides. And all my PYA partners and all the affiliate partners. I'm truly blessed with having the best partners one can imagine. I've always said I don't go to work, I go to join a group of people I love to be with, and it's not work. And I'm also blessed to have co-founder Doug Yoakley here tonight, he and his wife Sarah. I could not imagine founding PYA back in 1983 with anyone other than Doug Yoakley. And my assistant, Rhonda Clark, assistant for 33 years. She was the 5th employee of PYA, just retired earlier this year, and she deserves the medal for patience and understanding and dealing with me all these many years. At this, I also want to acknowledge some special friends that are here tonight that have helped really make life so enjoyable. Dr. Jack and Lacey and Sylvia Lacey. Every time we've embarked on one of these public health initiatives, that's the first phone number I call, is Dr. Lacey. And Reverend Joe Green and Beth Green, long-standing minister and great, great friends of many years, and have a huge impact on my life. And then finally, I want to acknowledge Bill and Donna Cauble, supporters of UT. They could not be here tonight because Bill had hand surgery earlier today. Otherwise, they would be here. And as has been shared, the affiliate companies. One of the things that I'm really thankful for is my PYA partners have been willing to pursue visions and ideas, some of which my ideas really weren't that well planned out, but they've stood beside me all these times. And the result is the companies that Lynn identified. Greg Ging, the president of RTG, I searched for almost 8 years trying to find someone to build a healthcare real estate company around. Greg was that person, and today they're recognized nationally. Last year ranked number 3 in healthcare real estate development in the country. I also want to thank Randy King, the president of Healthcare Horizon, simply the best company in healthcare claims analysis and auditing, and I don't say that, Walmart will tell you that. And then Brian Worley, he left the lab to join us and form PYA Analytics, and they've built the dream model for a data ingestion, management, analytics, and reporting platform that's extremely affordable and very useful. I wish I was 30 years younger and had my hands on that sucker. It is remarkable. In addition to dedicating this award tonight to these individuals, there's one other individual who cannot be here tonight that I want to dedicate this award to. That was the individual in 1976, when I was at the age of 24 years old. I was called into the managing partner's office of then Ernst & Ernst, today EY, and I was asked if I would like to be considered to be nominated to participate in the first E&E accelerated healthcare program that was to be created at the direction of then Chairman Ray Groves. By God's grace, I was selected to be one of 18 young people from the US and Europe to participate in a one-year work study program around healthcare consulting. It gave me an education I could not buy at any university at any price at that time. And it changed the trajectory of my life. For I was truly a lost ball in high weeds trying to figure out I was not interested in medicine because I feel like that's a calling. If you're going to excel at it, you're called to that. But within 2 weeks of starting that program, I realized I'd found my passion. And history informs us that those who study it will understand one's legacy is often not fully known until many years after one's passing. That managing partner was later the managing partner of the Knoxville office of Ernst & Ernst. And in 1983, when the Butcher Banks failed, you can imagine the impact it had on him and his career. Those events led to a troubled, difficult life for the remainder of his years. Unfairly, but that was perception. But tonight I'm making a pledge to put an asterisk denoting an addendum to his legacy of Walter Borff, that managing partner at that time that saw something in a 24-year-old kid out of Alcoa, Tennessee, and gave him the opportunity of a lifetime. And that pledge is when Provectus Biopharmaceuticals gets its FDA, if and when, got to put the if in there, if we get our first FDA approval for a cancer drug, I will personally hang a picture of Walter Borff in the Provectus boardroom with a plaque noting the continuation of his legacy that lives on to this day, for which I will be forever grateful. I would share something with you. In undertakings such as this, while challenging, you make tremendous friends and colleagues who sometimes jump in and really share that load. And tonight from Nevada is a friend I met at a National Cancer Conference back in 2010. And Karen will tell you, she couldn't understand why all these late night phone calls were occurring. And I kept explaining to her, it's Dominic Rodriguez from Nevada. He's 3 hours time difference. And he's the scientific genius that supports some of the ideas and pursuits that I have. And one of the things I want to share with you is today in the United States, the world's richest country, a recent study just showed that within 2 years of diagnosis of cancer, 42% of Americans have spent their entire life savings. I consider that a travesty. I also ask you sit here this evening and ask yourself, how many times have you heard a cancer patient express fear that the treatment was going to kill them not the disease. How many times have you heard a cancer survivor lament the lifelong consequences of their treatment regimen? Having lifelong consequences. How many times? I'll share with you tonight my answer. Too damn many times. For too damn many years. And so that's why I'm so passionate about the pursuit and the development of these drugs. And time will tell whether we're successful. But I hope we are able to transform how we attack cancer. And someday, the surgical and chemical methodologies we use to attack this disease are never used again. You might ask why I have this passion. And one of the things I've learned through the challenges of this, we're taught in 1 Corinthians, God has deliberately chosen to use ideas the world considers a foolish and of little worth in order to shame those people considered by the world as wise and great. He has chosen a plan despised by the world, counted as nothing at all, and used it to bring down to nothing those the world considers great, so that no one anywhere can boast in the presence of God. Where we're trying to use a molecule, a class of molecules, to transform cancer care. And I embrace this dream with the spirit of a Tennessean, the volunteer state, of which I'm extraordinarily proud and very thankful for this university. And so may God bless each of you, your families, our university, and our country. Thank you.